Now this figure 23-2 deals with calculating the lighting load number 1, which is called the general purpose lighting. And of course, you know, the general lighting load, if it's a listed occupancy, then it's listed in table 220.12. And of course, this 6,000 square foot store building, continuous loaded, is located there, see. So we'll say, yes, it's a listed occupancy. So that means then that we would take in the step 1, as you see below, to determine the VA rating, we'd look at table 220.12 in the H item below it, and we'd find that it is considered a store building. So we'd have 6,000 square foot times 1.9 would equal 11,400 VA. Now let me call one thing out here to you. Some folks will take the 6,000 times 125%, 1.25, and come up with 7,500. Now which load is the largest? Well, the 11,400, 1.9 VA per square foot is the largest load, and they'll take that. But then 230.42A1 in step 2 says you take 125%. Now, are we considering the 125% in the table already calculated, which would include the 230.42A1? This is what you have to look at. All authorities having jurisdictions per 90.4 and plan checkers with a state, county, or city do not consider that. They want the 125% put on, and we kind of consider it that way. And if you take 6,000 square foot times 1.9 VA, then times 125% per 230.42A1, you come up with 14,250. Why do we do that? Well, do you remember for a store building it used to be 3 VA per square foot times 125%? And then they have, in the 2020 NEC, reduced 3 VA to 1.9 VA, and they say the continuous 125% is figured in there in accordance with 210.20A, which is a branch circuit reference. So it's kind of in the air how one would interpret that. Our interpretation is just like you see in this illustration at this time, 23-2. We say the load is in the solution, 14,250 VA, and not 75 VA, by taking 6,000 times 1.25 and comparing it to 1.9 VA times 6,000 square foot. But now this is an interpretation, and I want to point that out to you, and you choose the one which you think will satisfy not only the code, but the service size for your customer. If you're a designer, contractor, or electrician installing the system, I think this is what you would need to evaluate here, and that's what we're trying to point out in this figure 23-2 and Stallcup's Designing Electrical System, Volume 2.